set of medium heavy weights for today, and I switched it up just a little bit. We're gonna break it down by body group, upper body, core, and then lower body. We got 2 moves for each, so a total of 6 moves for today. Once you do those 2 moves, we'll do them 4 times through each. Go ahead and start drawing your knees up towards your chest. Strong point through your toes. So we'll alternate. For example, we'll do biceps, then we'll do triceps, alternating, so a total of 8 times, 1 minute each. You've got a 10-second breather in between those moves, and then we'll do a 2-minute stretch for the upper body, moving on to the core, moving on to the lower body. Once we do that through 8 times each move, take that knee up and over to a side lunge. We're gonna then run through all of those moves. In case you missed any of them, want to do them for one more time to make a total of 5 times. We'll run through them 60 seconds each, no break. We'll use the weights all throughout the class, and we'll come into a nice 5-minute stretch at the end. Come down to a low wide squat, feet wider than your hips, toes turn out, arms out to a T. Bend and extend your knees. Chest stays lifted here. 2 more. On the next one, hold the knees bent, tiny circles with your arms, palms facing down. Reverse that direction. Gently reach down, tap towards the opposite inside foot, ankle, calf, knee, reach for whatever you can. As you bend deep into that same knee that you're reaching for the foot, straighten the opposite leg. Come back to center, hinge forward at your waist. Give yourself a nice big hug. As you open up your arms, think about reaching your fingertips towards the ceiling, squeezing your shoulder blades. 2 more. On the next one, gently release your right knee down, come into a runner's lunge, untuck your right toes, press forward into your left knee, opening up your right hip. Draw your hips back, straighten that left leg, point, flex, circle out your left ankle, wiggle your toes. Hold the toes flexed, squeezing your left quad. Stay here, or for a deeper hamstring stretch, gently fold forward, bringing your forehead towards your toes. Inhale, rise up, switching sides. Big step forward with your right foot, pressing into your right knee, allowing your left hip to open. Draw your hips back, straighten that right leg, point, flex, circle out your right ankle. Hold the toes flexed, stay upright or hinge forward. Gently come on up to standing, roll your shoulders up and back. Roll them forward, shake out anything else that you may need to. So again, we're starting with upper body first. We've got an alternating curl. So one arm, full bicep curl, hold it at 90. Next arm, full bicep curl and extends. We're going in 3. That's 2. And 1. Here we go. Whoop. There we go. Full bicep curl. Hold it halfway. Next arm, full curl. Extend, hold, so you're holding one arm halfway as you draw the other arm to a full curl and extend. Keep it going. More than 20 seconds down. Next up, we're going to hinge forward. We have a narrow tricep row, so palms are facing in towards our body next. As we hold those elbows up high towards the ceiling, we're going to straighten the arms for a tricep extension. Keep it going. You've got 15 more seconds here, alternating bicep curl while the other arm holds that 90-degree curl. You've got 5. That's 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Okay, I lied. It's 5 seconds, not 10 seconds. Roll the shoulders up and back. Hinge forward. Arms by your side. Narrow row up. Tricep extend. Release. Pull the arms down. Pull it up. Extend back. Release. And release it down. Keep it going. Firing up those triceps here. So lots of upper body. Keep it going. You want to keep those arms close in towards your body. Extend, Pull them in, release. Halfway there. This is round 1 out of 4 in a row. We're gonna come right back to those bicep curls here in just a few. Row it up, keep a soft bend in those knees. Gazes forward, you've got it, stay with it. Looking so strong. Last 7. Alternating, half and full bicep curls coming up next. Finish up where you're at, come up nice and tall. Palms facing out in the same direction that you're looking. Here we go. Full, come halfway, and then the other arm. You've got it. Nice and strong. Doesn't matter which arm you start with. Just make sure you're alternating. One is holding that half curl, keeping that bicep flexed, while the other one is slowly moving. Full curl, extend, come back to that half curl. Keep it going. Static movement, continually engaging those muscles. Less than 10 seconds here. We're back to those tricep bend to extension next. All right, finish up where you're at. Roll the shoulders down and back. Feet are hip width, hinge forward, row it up, keep those elbows up. Extend, bend, release down. Engage your abs. So think about you're trying to knit your rib cage together. Continue to breathe. Draw your navel in towards your spine and then up to the crown of your head. You've got it. Stay with it. Tricep row, extend and release. Slow and steady. This is round 2. Keep it going. You're almost there. We've got those bicep curls next. You've got 10. That's it. Last 5. You got 3, 2, and 1. All right, back to those bicep curls. If you're just joining us, grab a set of medium to heavy weights. Full curl, hold it halfway. Next arm, full bicep curl, hold it halfway. So we're alternating the arms for a full curl. Then you're holding that curl in the static position. Elbow stays bent at 90. Palm is facing up. When you finish that full curl on one arm, go ahead, hold it, and then begin moving the next arm. That's it, you're more than halfway. This is round 3, so strong. Keep it going. You've got this. Upper body to begin. Round 3 of 4. You've got it. Last 5. That's 3, 2, and 1. Relax the arms down, relax your shoulders. Hinge forward, soft bend the knees. Here we go, tricep row. Hold the elbows lifted. Extend, bend, release the arms. So try to avoid looking from side to side, looking far ahead of you, or into your navel. You want to keep your neck at neutral spine. So where your body is hinging, just a few feet in front of your toes. Row it up, extend. Keep those elbows close in toward your body. Back remains flat. Avoid arching or rounding your spine by engaging your core. Protect your spine here. 20 more seconds. We're back to those bicep curls with a hold. Keep it going for 10. That's it, you got it. Making this look easy for 3, 2, and 1. Finish up where you're at. Come on, stay up nice and tall. Palms facing outward. Here we go. Full curl. Hold it halfway. Next arm. Hold it halfway. Come back to that first arm. Complete that curl. And then hold it halfway. You got it. This is round 4. So we're moving on to core. After we do these 2 upper body moves and after our stretch. Keep it going. So again, we've got 2 moves for each section of the body, upper, core, and lower. 60 seconds on, 5-second breather. We're going through these moves alternating 4 times each. And you got a full 2-minute stretch for that particular body group, upper, core, or lower. And then we're moving on. Keep it going for 3, 2. All right, relax the arms down, shoulders down and back, palms facing in, hinge forward. Here we go, row it up, tricep, extend, bend, release it down. Now as you extend those arms out straight, notice, are you allowing your elbows to come down? Are they staying up as high as when you first pull those arms up, drawing the weights in towards your rib cage, maybe closer towards your back? You want to try to keep those elbows up as high as you can. Halfway, yes you can. We're setting those weights down. We're stretching after this. Do what you can. Row, extend, release. Last 15. You've got it. Keep it going for 10. That's 7. Last 3, 2. All right, gently set those weights down. Come back to standing. Draw your right arm across your body. You've got a 2-minute stretch. Maybe bump your hips side to side. Open and switch. Left arm across your body. You can stand still. You can move, you can walk. Gently open. Draw that right arm up and over. Gently drawing your right elbow down with your left hand. Lift your chin off of your chest. Release your hands, circle out your wrist. Relax your shoulders. Draw your left elbow up and down by gently pressing your right hand into your left elbow. Gently release your hands, circle out your wrist. Bind your hands out in front of you. Palms facing away, round your spine. You can widen your stance. You can make your stance more narrow, total preference. Gazes toward your navel, tops of your thighs, or your toes. Inhale, come on up. Keep the arms binded if you can. Draw the arms overhead. Feel that stretch in your chest and your shoulders. Keep your arms binded or release your bind, bringing your hands to your lower back, fingertips facing down, or bind your hands behind you. Draw your neck side to side, chin to chest, nape of your neck back, gazing up, just like you're shaking your head yes, and shaking your head no. Maybe lift your hands off of your lower back if you can. All right, release your hands, circle it out. Go ahead and grab those weights. We're going to core now. 1 weight. Let's do 1 weight here between your palms. From here, feet are hip width, come into a squat. As you press the weight overhead, draw 1 knee up, release it down, come into that squat, switching knees. You're engaging your lower abs here, so low squat, knee drive, overhead press. So yes, we have some bonus lower body work and some shoulder work, but the focus here is your core. Engage your abs, knee drive, flex through your foot. Try to get that knee as high as you can. Maybe you bring it towards your hip. Maybe you draw closer towards your rib cage. Maybe it's as high as your shoulder. That's it, low squat. Rise up, alternating right to left, Left to right, gently stepping that foot back down as you come into that squat. As you rise up, press the weight overhead, draw that knee up high. All right, we got a half infinity with some wood chops next. All right, draw that weight. So with one, down by your left hip. Draw it up, mini halo, down to the right hip. So just like a wood chop, up, over to the left, around your head, down to the left hip. So just like you're trying to draw a half infinity sign over to the right, engage your abs. You can widen your stance to increase your balance, to add more heat to your core and challenge your balance. Zip your legs together or walk them closer together. The goal here is nothing is moving aside from your arms. That's it. Just like a graceful wrap around the crown of your head, down towards the opposite hip. Draw it up towards the opposite shoulder. Gracefully wrap it around and switch. We're back to the squat, standing overhead press with alternating knee drives in 2 and 1. All right, finish up where you're at. Walk your feet to hip width, weight at heart center. Here we go. Squat, overhead press, knee drive. Remember, slow it down. We're not going for speed on these. You don't want to get any cardio in here. We've got plenty of other classes for that. Now you will get your heart rate up. That's what strength training does. Press it up. You are moving, so you might break a little bit of a sweat. That's okay. Nothing wrong with glistening. You've got it, 22 seconds. If you tend to lose your balance, you can always press it up, tap it down, and then come back into it. Also, if you slow it down, that'll allow you to focus a little bit more, so you tend to not lose your balance. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come back to standing. This time, bring that weight over to the right hip. I think we started this way last time too. All right, we'll start both times to the left side next time. Just like a wood chop, bring it up, wrap it around, over to the other side. Keep it going. Bring it up, wrap it around. Now, if you don't feel this, walk your feet closer together. Maybe get a heavier weight. If you don't have a heavier weight, you can use 2 weights together. Keep it going. Do what you can. Make sure that nothing is moving. Even if your legs are not touching, you want to squeeze your thighs together. Engage your abs, squeeze your glutes. Make sure you're breathing. This is the end of round 2. Half infinity, wood chop to a halo. All right, finish up where you're at. Feet are hip width apart, weight at heart center. Here we go. Low squat, press it overhead, knee drive. You can start on any leg. Press it up, release it down. As you draw that knee up, deep inhale. Exhale as you come down to that squat. Exhale, press. Keep it going. Halfway. Stay with it. Flex through that foot. Don't make it sloppy. Imagine you have something hanging on your foot. Something very important. You don't want to lose it. Hold that foot flexed. Engage your lower abs here. Press it up, knee drive. Release it back down. Last 5. You got 3, 2. All right, come on up to standing. Adjust your feet. Starting with the weight to the left side this time. Here we go. Half infinity. Wrap it around. Remember to knit your rib cage together. Draw your navel into your spine and up to the crown of your head. Continue to breathe. You don't want any unnecessary cramps just because you're holding your breath. Of course, grab water whenever you need it. Wrap it up and around. Everything is completely still. Just from your shoulders down to your fingertips, holding that weight is the only part of your body that's moving. You've got one more round after this. You should feel it in your core by now. And of course, we're going to run through all of these one more time at the very end. Last 3, 2. All right, finish up where you're at. Feet are hip width, weight at heart center. Come down to that low squat, press it up, knee drive. Last time doing this. We're gonna stretch those lower abs and stretch those obliques next. Got it. We're gonna use 2 weights for our lower body. Try to go heavy for lower body. Keep it going. Low squat. Press it up. Flex through that foot. Yes, you can. Anybody else's shoulders on fire? Oh yeah. You've got it. If your shoulders are burning, engage your abs more. Direct that focus to your core. Last 10. Squat. Press it up, knee drive. That's 5. You got 3, 2. Relax it down. Adjust your feet. Weight over to the left. Here we go. Last 60 seconds before you stretch for that core. You can slow it down as much as you need to. And like I mentioned a few times before, in case you just can't get enough with the 4 rounds that we have of these moves, we do have a fun last minute burnout round for 60 seconds. We'll run through all these moves, and then of course we'll come into a nice stretch afterwards. Keep it going. Halo wrap, down to that wood chop, just like you're making an open-ended infinity. Isn't that kind of an oxymoron since infinity means forever? Keep it going. Maybe I'll find a way to make it a full loop. That's it. Last 5. Last 2. And 1. Finish up where you're at. Set that weight down. Come on to standing. Feet are hip width apart. Elbows are wide. We're going to do some standing cat and cows. So draw your elbows together. Gazes towards your navel. Inhale, open. Pull your shoulder blades back. Round your spine. Standing cat and cow, elbows are wide. A few more here with your breath. And open. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Bring your gaze forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Widen your stance a little bit. Now we're going to have some fun. Just draw some big circles. Doesn't matter which direction. We'll do both directions. It's like you got a slow hula hoop. That's a fun piece of equipment that I haven't used in a long time. Maybe we can make a class out of it. All right, reverse that direction. Circle in the opposite way. Keep a soft bend in those knees. It's kind of a core workout too. All right, come back to center. Draw your right leg back behind the left. So both arms up high. You guys know this one. Left hand grabs right wrist. Side bend over to the left. And don't just side bend. Press your hips forward. Lean your upper body back. And pull that right arm over to the left with your left hand. Feel that stretch all along the right side body. Release your right foot back to meet the left. Circle out your wrist. Left foot staggers back behind like a little curtsy. Behind your right. Right hand grabs left wrist. Side bend over to the right. Now press your hips forward. Lean a little bit further back. And continue to let that right hand grab your left wrist. And pull it over to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Release your left foot, release your hands, roll your shoulders up and back, roll them up and forward, shake out anything. Grab those 2 weights. Remember to go heavy here. All right, we got a deadlift to alternating single leg deadlift. So feet are hip width. Draw that weight down on the front of your shins. Rise on up, stagger that left leg back. Glide the way down the front of your right shin. Rise on up. Bring that left foot back to meet the right. Deadlift. Alternating. Rise up. Right foot comes back this time. Just like a kickstand. So the ball of your back foot is pressed into the floor. Your heel is lifted. Press it back. Imagine you're trying to tap your glutes to a wall or an imaginary wall behind you. When you stagger that one foot back, the same leg that you're drawing the weights down, I want you to actively press that hip back. Do not let that back leg hip come further back. Keep the hip square. You've got it. Last 7. We've got alternating curtsy lunges. We hinge forward coming up next. All right, come on up, shoulders down and back, weights by your side. So we have curtsy lunges. We're gonna hinge forward to keep that focus in our glutes. Rise up, stagger the opposite leg back, glide the weights down that front shin or just framing your front leg. Firing up that outer hip here. Alternating curtsy lunges. So same thing with the single leg deadlift. That back leg is like a kickstand. That heel is lifted, just like you're wearing the highest pair of stilettos. I don't know about you guys, but I have not worn a pair of stilettos since COVID probably. Keep it going. 20 more seconds. Alternating curtsy lunge, hinge forward, press those hips back. We're firing up those glutes today. We've got our deadlift to alternating single leg deadlift coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders down and back. Feet are hip width. Here we go. Glide the weights on the front of your shins. Give me a deadlift. Rise up. Stagger your right foot back this time. Glide the weight down the front of that left shin. Come on up. Stagger that right foot back down and meet the left. Just like a regular deadlift. Rise up, left foot staggers back, directly back, not into a curtsy. Weight down the front of that right shin. Left foot's planted. Remember to continue to press those glutes back. I don't know about you all. I'm already feeling this. I know I'm gonna be sore, but don't worry. We've got a glorious stretch for all of these moves at the end. And lift, keep it going. Deadlift to alternating single leg deadlift. You've got it for 5. That's 2. And 1, finish up where you're at. Roll your shoulders down and back. We've got those curtsy lunges, hinging forward. Keeping that focus on your glutes. Draw that leg back, just like we did in that last stretch for our core. This time you want to bump that hip out and back because you want the work to be in your outer glutes here. Some work in the inner and outer thighs as well. Halfway. This is round 2 of 4. You got this. Keep that back heel lifted. Keep it going. Almost there. Last 10. You've got it. So strong. You all look fantastic. I can see you. Last 3, 2. All right, shoulders down and back. Round 3. We're back to the deadlift. Feet are hip width. Here we go. Glide the weight down towards your knees. Maybe down your shins. Once you finish with that deadlift, stagger one of those feet back. Complete that single leg deadlift. Bring that foot back in line under your hip. Complete one more full deadlift and then switch sides. Continue to press your glutes back. Engage your abs here. Protect your lower back. You've got 20 seconds. Keeping that back heel lifted. Last 10. Eight, finish up where you're at, shoulders down and back. Plant your feet, arms by your side. Curtsy lunge. Glide the weights down, framing that front foot. You still have that back heel lifted. Think highest pair of heels. Just like you're wearing a pair of Louboutins. Super high heel. Maybe so high that just your toes are pressed in towards the floor. That weight is in that front leg so much that you don't even notice that back leg. You've got it. Round 3, finishing it up. We got one more round of this in the set. Of course, we're going to do it one more time at the very end. Because why not, right? Last 10. Alternating, curtsy. Last 3, 2. All right, come on up. Shoulders down and back. Feet are hip width. Here we go. Press those hips back. Weights down your shins. Stagger one foot back. Directly back from your hip. Not into a curtsy. We'll get back there. Keep it going. The soles of your feet are pressed in towards the floor. When you're in that deadlift, big toe to pinky toe straight back to your heel. When you're in that staggered deadlift, just the front foot is glued to the floor. Try not to lift your toes. 20 more seconds. You've got it. We've got those curtsies coming up in 10. Last 5, 2, and 1. Very nice. Roll the shoulders down and back. Here we go. Curtsy lunges. Bring the weights down. Now I want that work to be in that outer hip. You want to press that hip out. Engage your abs. Set the foot down. Switch sides. You've got it. Keep it going, you're halfway. After this, we stretch for our lower body. And then we're gonna run through these one more time. Starting back with the upper body. Giving that lower body a little bit of a breather. 15 more seconds. Yes, you can. Controlling your movements. Slow and steady. Last 5. So strong. 2 and 1. All right, graciously set those weights down. Bring your feet wider than your hips. Toes are turned out, arms out to a T. We're gonna hinge all the way forward. You can stop halfway with your hands at your hips or come all the way down to a forward fold. Bend and extend your knees. From here, hold a soft bend in the knees. Come down all the way if you can. Grab opposite elbows and just sway side to side. Allow your lower back to release. Feel the stretching on the back side of your legs and the base of your glute. From here, gently sway over to the left foot, pivot your toes, and then release your left knee coming into a lunge. From here, press into your left knee. Draw your right heel in towards your glute for a hamstring stretch. Stay here or reach your left hand back. Maybe making contact with your right foot. Release your left hand down, release your right foot. Lift your hips, come back to that forward fold. Just sway side to side. This time we're going to sway all the way over to the right. Pivot both toes, framing your right foot. Release your left knee, press into your right knee and draw your left heel in towards your glute. Maybe reach your right hand back or just keep your right hand down. Release your left foot to the floor. Rise on up, coming back to that forward fold. Gentle sway. The deeper you sway from side to side, the deeper that stretches. Hold it here for a few more breaths. Hopefully you guys didn't hear my knees crack just now. All right. We're grabbing those weights. We're going again. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 60 seconds is on the clock. Back to those bicep curls. Hold it halfway. Full curl. Extend. Bring it to 90. Other arm. Shoulder. Extend. Hold it at 90. Keeping this going. Now this is the last time, I promise. 5's a charm, right? Keep it going. We got no breather here, so we're moving right on to the next one. From here, we have those tricep rows to tricep extensions. You still got 20 seconds. Keep it going. You're so close, so strong. Last 5. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands down. Hinge forward. Here we go. Row it up. Extend, release, and pull. Keep it going. That's it. Still going. Still moving. 20 more seconds. We're going to set one weight down. Bring that weight at heart center, feet are hip width. We have that squat to an overhead press. Now you can do 2 weights if you'd like. And we're going to add in that knee drive. You've got it for 5. That's 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Squat, overhead press. Remember, we're just running through these one time through. Squat, overhead press. Make this your last and final, your best round yet. You've gone through these 4 times already. You've stretched, and now you're ready to go for one last time. Stay with it. We've got that half infinity coming up next. 27 seconds remaining. I know it's not enough for me to look down at the timer to see. Keep it going. Press it up, knee drive. Again, this can be 1 weight or 2 weights. Your choice. Last 5, 3, 2, set that foot down. Bring that weight over to one side, doesn't matter which direction. Halo wrap, switch sides. Remember your options. Feet and legs closer together, more challenging. Zip your core together. For more balance, more stability, widen your stance. It does not matter how narrow or how wide your feet are. What matters is that your abs, your core, everything is completely still. If you're using just 1 weight, we're gonna grab that second weight. You still got 25 seconds. We've got those deadlifts. Feel like we just did those. Deadlifts to an alternating deadlift coming up next. Remember, just 1 round each. 10 seconds. Abs are engaged. You've got it for 5. That's 3, 2. Grab that second weight, ground through your feet. Here we go, deadlift. When you come on up, stagger 1 foot back, single leg deadlift. Finish up that deadlift, step your foot back and line under your hip. Give me a full deadlift and then switch sides. 20 seconds down, less than 40 remaining. Got one more move after this. Yes, you can. You are way stronger than you think. Always continuing to amaze me and improve. Digging deeper than you thought you could. Last 10. Really press those hips back. The focus here is those glutes. They should be on fire. Last 2. Curtsy lunges are next. Here we go, right into it. Curtsy lunge, hinge forward. That focus is still our glutes. Slow and steady. Really press that same hip back. When you come into that curtsy, keep that back heel lifted super high. Pressing the ball, maybe your toes in towards the floor. Almost there. You got 30 seconds. And then your final stretch. Last 20. Last 10. All the way to the very end for 3, 2, and 1. All right, set those weights down. Come back to standing. Grab a sip of water if you need to. Roll the shoulders up and back. Roll them up and forward. Sweep both arms up high. Release your arms out to a T. Cross your right arm in front of the body. Open, switch sides. Left arm across your body or the opposite of what you just did. Open, draw your right elbow up and wide. Lift your chin off of your chest. Open, circle out your wrists, switch sides. Circle out your wrist. Bring your hands forward. Bind your hands. Gazes toward your navel. Really press forward, round your spine. Try to create space between your shoulder blades. Hold the arms extended from your body. Rise up, stack your shoulders over your hips. Arms overhead, maybe slightly back, depending on your shoulder motion. Release your hands or keep them binded. Fingertips facing down on your lower hips or bind your hands behind your back. Release your hands. Circle out your wrists. Elbows are wide. Few cat and cows in standing. Draw your elbows together. Open up your chest. Round your spine. And open. Come back to standing. Draw your hands to your hips. Draw a few circles in one direction. And then reverse that direction. Come back to center, sweep both arms up, starting to the left. Start your left leg back, right hand grabs left wrist. Lean back and then over to the right. Bump your hips to the left. Inhale, release your bind, release your left foot, circle out your wrist. Draw your right foot back behind the left. Left hand grabs right wrist. Lean your upper body back and then side bend over to the left. Bump your hips to the right. Come back to standing, release your bind. Widen your stance, arms out to a T. Let's bend and center our knees, keeping our chest lifted here. Hold it, bend the knees, and then hinge forward, bringing your hands to your hips, your thighs, or to the floor, and then bend and straighten your knees here. Hold a micro bend in both knees. Come all the way down, grab opposite elbows. Let your head hang nice and loose. Sway from side to side. If you're wondering, is my neck hanging loose or am I holding any tension? Come through center and shake your head yes. And shake your head no. If you can't do that, you're holding tension. Let it all go. Sway from side to side. Release your hands down. Release your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Sweep your left arm up. Gaze up or down. Release your left hand down, walk your hands over to your right foot, left hand to the inside of your right foot or on your thigh, reach your right arm up. Gently release your right hand down, come back through center. Bend into both knees, bringing your hands to your thighs. Roll up all the way, coming all the way up to the top. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Fantastic work today. Thank you so much for joining.